All right. Well, unfortunately, Hurry Up Tomorrow by the Weekend was not our major story this past week.
No.
It was, in fact, dealing with Universal Music Group. You know, just casually the world's largest music company.
Yeah.
Well, them and the world's largest paid streaming service, Spotify, announced on Sunday a new multi-year agreement for recorded music and music publishing. Quote, focused on growth, innovation, and the advancement of artists, songwriters, and songwriter success. Close quote. What's according to the joint statement? It also marks the first direct license between Spotify and a major publisher in several years. While terms of the deal were not announced, sources confirmed to Variety that the deal improves at least some of the payment structure of Spotify's controversial music audiobooks bundling deal, which was announced last year and meant to lower a mechanical royalty for songwriters and was so roundly condemned by rights holders that the National Music Publishers Association, which we reported on, filed a legal complaint against the streaming giant back in June. Those same sources tell Variety that although the new deal does not completely ameliorate that payment reduction, it does improve it, considering that Universal Music Publishing CEO, Jody Gerson, was one of the loudest voices criticizing the bundle. The terms must represent at least some significant improvements. So this does sound like good news that a deal was able to be made, and more money going to the artists now and
Again,
songwriters.
theoretically, right? Like
Or
the
at least
thing
that's what
is,
they
is
say,
that
and that's what it sounds like.
right, we just have to trust Spotify and Universal Music Group here, which is a very hard thing to do because
I'm sorry. Let me close my eyes and walk this blind bridge that you've put in front of me that I should trust is there.
yeah, I just don't. I do not. I can't go down this road with you. I don't know if I trust it. Everything Spotify has said about this kind of thing, about these kind of deals, has ended up being kind of a lie. So I am actually reading a book right now, that's all about Spotify's secret stuff. And so yeah, I'll have more maybe to talk about that in the future. But yeah, I definitely have my doubts about whether this is actually good for the artist and whether this is good for the end consumer. I think ultimately this is good for Spotify and it's good for Universal. It's kind of like a modern, just increasing the kind of modern payola vibes that Spotify gives. It's like, yeah, we're going to make secret deals with the licenses, like with the license holders, the labels, to like make our prices lower and make their prices, and their
Mhm.
income higher. It's a handshake deal between companies is what we should look this at. I don't think this is actually any end good like good end result for anybody else.
So what you're telling me is that the artists and songwriters get the little bit bump, while UMG gets a big bump, especially probably in promotion, which goes back to what Drake was talking about, saying, "Hey, they're promoting stuff against
Yeah.
me." Although I think UMG was still part of Drake, right? Like, are they promoting against
Yeah.
themselves?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Oh
But yeah,
man.
new deal, new year. I expect more of these to come within the next, I don't know, 4 months, probably.
Yeah.
Four
Yeah,
years to four
probably.
months, consolidation, all that good stuff.